You hear it everywhere these days, right? On coffee mugs, in speeches. Live your truth. It sounds so good, so empowering. It's all about being authentic. But what if that simple, popular phrase is actually, well, dangerous? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on your truth and see what's really going on. So let's just get right into it. The big question we're tackling today is this. What actually happens when we as a society decide that truth is just a personal preference? We're going to look at the real-world fallout and make the case that having a shared objective truth isn't just a nice idea. It's absolutely essential if we want to flourish. Okay, so first things first, let's get our terms straight. It's pretty simple, actually. On one side, you've got subjective truth. That's your truth. Think of it like your favorite ice cream flavor. Mine's chocolate. That's true for me. But it's not true for everyone. Then, on the other side, you have objective truth, the truth. This is true for everybody, whether we like it or not. Gravity is a perfect example. It doesn't care about your opinions. It just is. See, objective truth isn't some big, scary concept. It just means that a statement matches reality. It lines up with the facts. The real problem starts when we take morality, our sense of right and wrong, and we treat it like an ice cream flavor instead of treating it like gravity. The second we say, hey, that's wrong for you, but it's not for me, we've dragged morality over into that subjective column. And this, right here, is where the wheels completely fall off. I mean, just think it through for a second. If morality is totally subjective, what does that even mean for justice? One person's justice could be another person's oppression. And human rights? Well, if there's no objective standard, rights are just privileges that a powerful group can grant and then take away. Forget about rational debate. We're all just shouting our personal feelings into the void. And all that moral outrage you see online, it becomes totally meaningless. It's like throwing a tantrum because someone else likes vanilla. The writer C.S. Lewis saw this coming a long time ago, and he really nailed the stakes. When he called the belief in objective values crude and nursery-like, he meant that it's a basic fundamental understanding we have, almost like a child does, that some things are just plain wrong. And he argued that if we lose that, society itself is in danger of falling apart. Okay, I can already hear what some of you are probably thinking. This is the big one, right? The moment you say there's a real right and wrong, someone's going to call you intolerant or arrogant. And look, that's a powerful accusation in our culture, so we need to take it seriously and look at it closely. Here's the thing. Our culture has totally confused tolerance with affirmation. They're not the same thing at all. Real tolerance, true tolerance, doesn't mean we have to pretend every idea is equally valid. In fact, think about this. You can't even practice tolerance unless you first disagree with someone. Tolerance is all about how you treat the person you disagree with dignity, with respect. It's not about giving up on the idea that there's a truth to be found. All right, here's another pushback you might hear, the idea of scientism, that science is the only way to find truth. But just look at the claim itself. Only science can determine truth. Here's the kicker. Can you prove that statement scientifically? In a lab? Nope, you can't. It's a philosophical statement about science. It's not a scientific finding. It basically saws off the very branch it's sitting on. So, if the your truth model just collapses on itself, if it leads to all these logical dead ends we've been talking about, that leaves us with a massive question, doesn't it? If objective moral truth exists, where does it come from? What's its source? Well, one of the most fascinating clues actually comes from science. First, modern cosmology is pretty clear that our universe had a specific beginning from nothing. Second, we look around and see that this universe runs on these incredibly precise, rational, mathematical laws that we can actually discover. So, a universe that has a beginning and runs on reason, what does that point to? It points to a rational beginner, a cause that has to exist outside of space and time. A rational universe strongly suggests a rational mind behind it all. And this is where the Christian worldview steps in with a really powerful and coherent answer. See, in this framework, morality isn't just some random list of rules floating in the cosmos. It's actually grounded in the very character of a good, rational creator. Things like love, justice, and mercy are objectively good because they are a reflection of God's own nature. That gives us a solid, concrete foundation for why some things are truly right and others are truly wrong. Let's just bring this all back home for a second. When we say something that we feel in our bones, like torturing children is evil, we think we're stating a fact about the world. But if your truth is the only game in town, then that statement has no more moral weight than saying, I don't like broccoli. The whole idea of subjective truth completely guts our deepest, most important moral convictions of any real meaning. So, you see, far from being some kind of weapon used to bash people, objective truth is the exact opposite. It's the common ground we all need to be standing on. It's the shared foundation that makes real justice possible, that makes human rights universal, and that allows us to have meaningful conversations. It's the only thing that lets us build a humane and just world together. So we have to end right here, with this question pointed directly at you. If your sense of right and wrong isn't grounded in the nature of a good creator, then where is it grounded? Is it society? Is it just what's best for survival? Is it simply your own personal feelings? Honestly, this is one of the most important questions any of us can ever ask, because the foundation you choose, that foundation determines everything else.